I would like to thank Shelly N for sending me this story. And before I get started, Quincy Jones has to be one of the most off code individuals I have heard in my lifetime. If y'all remember, it was maybe a couple months ago, or maybe it was last year, I can't remember what it was. Quincy Jones went in on this whole little, well, it wasn't even little, this whole rant, if you want to call it that, pretty much so called exposing people for who they really are in this op ed piece he decided to do. I mean, I think he had Prince in there. I know he had Michael Jackson in there. He really tried to blow some smoke up about Michael Jackson. And I think the reason he did that because he couldn't get over the fact that Michael Jackson and him had a falling out after that bad album. And a few other people. Well, now he's dug up another dead person, and that's Ray Charles. Now that I think about it, when he did do that piece, the people he did throw under the bus were dead. Because if he was talking about Prince, Michael Jackson, and now Ray Charles, all three of those men are dead. Legendary legends in their own right. But guess what Mr. Quincy Jones had to say about Mr. Ray Charles? He said that Ray Charles got him into heroin when he was 15 years old. Why are you telling us this now? Many people probably would not even care. We know that Ray Charles had a drug addiction. We all saw the movie Ray. So none of the stuff that you're telling us is even remotely surprising. But like I said, he is extremely off code talking about these men or people in general who are dead and can't even be allowed to defend themselves. Let me go ahead and read this article coming from ET Canada. It says Ray Charles' struggles with heroin addiction were well documented, but the late music legend's friend and producer Quincy Jones is revealing that the Hit the Road Jack singer introduced him to the drug when he was just 15. In a conversation with the Hollywood Reporter's Award Chatter podcast, the 85-year-old producer of such artists such as Michael Jackson and Aretha Franklin reveals that thanks to Charles, he became a teenage heroin addict. A musical prodigy, Jones worked alongside jazz greats while still in his teens, and heroin was a constant part of that world. According to Jones, he first sampled heroin while hanging out with Charles in Seattle back in the 1940s. After we finished at the Washington Social Club and a couple of other ones, we'd all go down to Jackson Street to the Elks Club. That's where all the bebop jam sections were, he recalled. Nobody got paid. We didn't give a damn. When they finished playing, they'd go over in the corner and they'd had it on their thumb. I just snuck in the line and got me a little hit. That first taste he revealed quickly led to an addiction. Whenever his band performed in New York, they would buy heroin from a Harlem drug dealer named Detroit Red, who would later undergo a radical transformation and emerge as a Black Power leader, Malcolm X. So now you want to throw Malcolm X under the bus, another person who was dead. According to Jones, he kicked the habit after an accidental fall down a flight of stairs and a doctor prescribed bed rest that led to withdrawal. The mistakes are what help you grow and learn, he added. If I hadn't fallen, I would have been in New York where I was hanging out with jazz saxophonist Charlie Parker. I would have been a junkie forever. Bird was always high. Thank God we did it and got it over with. I don't know what in the world is going on with Quincy Jones lately and him wanting to call himself exposing all these people who are no longer alive. But they need to put him in a home or something. Because right now it seems like all he's doing, like it seems like his claim to fame nowadays is just him uh, exposing people. Like I don't know what that's all about. I don't know where that comes from. I'm gonna need Rashida and Kadada Jones to go and collect their father because he's doing a whole lot. I don't know what's going on. And speaking of Kadada Jones, if you don't remember, she was the last person who was with Tupac as far as a relationship goes before he died. And from what I've heard, Pac and Quincy never really saw eye to eye on a couple of things. And I think Quincy Jones was trying to do some things to Pac, if you know what I mean, back in the day, from what I've heard. And from what I'm gathering, that wasn't even so much alleged. That stuff was facts. But Quincy Jones, like it seemed like he's pulling all these stories up that people really don't care about just to call himself exposing somebody. He needs to sit his old ass down somewhere. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.